Okay, in this section of the tutorial, start showing you how to do some very basic audio editing. And right now we're just going to get the clips of the audio that we want and delete the rest of it. So to do that, we need to figure out where we want the audio to begin in this visual representation. We've counted to 10, so we need to figure out where we started. Now I could make a rough guess just by looking at these things. These waves here, sound waves, look like me counting. So we'll just take a guess that this would be the number 1 here. So I'll put the cursor before the number 1 just by clicking in that area, and then we'll press the play button. You can also press the space bar if you'd rather.
1, 2,
right.
1.
So now we have, we know that 1 starts right in here. So all we have to do is click and drag to the left, back to the beginning of the file. This selects everything before I said 1, and then we'll hit delete. And everything before that is gone. We can confirm that it's gone by pressing the space bar or pressing this play button.
1, 2.
Good. Now if you listen closely, you'll actually hear what is playing in this little tiny sound wave right here. It's basically me smacking my lips. If you want to hear just that piece, we could select it and then press this infinite play button. It says play looped. So you'll be able to hear just that piece repeatedly. If you think there's something wrong, you can select a piece of the track and play it from there. So we'll zoom in there. And here's our problem spot right about here. Okay, so we want to select just that piece. And there's a couple things we can do. We can delete it. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit by pressing this magnifying glass with a minus in it. So that won't zoom out all the way, but it gives us a little bit more to work with here. So this is where I start saying the number 1. Everything before it is just noise and me breathing. So what I could do is actually select some of this. We'll leave a little bit of room right in the beginning, so when you hit play, you'll have some room there for the computer to catch up with itself. But we can actually create silence. So we say effects, silence. Now, if there's a lot of noise here, or if there's anything in the background, you're going to hear a very drastic change from this silence to the noise, or whatever you have there. So we'll do a fade in. We can select just the beginning of this and choose effects, amplitude, amplifier, fade, and we'll use the fade in preset and hit OK. And that'll create a nice transition. So we'll go to the beginning, hit play. And then there's no noise, you don't hear me smacking my lips, and everything is good in the world. So we'll zoom back out, and where I say 10, which I'm guessing is right about here, I'll just click and put the marker there, and we'll hit play.
10. When we're done recording.
Okay, so I said 10 right about here. We can get rid of everything after. And again, we'll zoom in close by selecting just the very end, and zoom to selection. And I heard myself smacking my lips again right about here. Alright, so we'll get rid of that noise. Now you want to wait until the word 10 is completely gone, otherwise it'll sound unnatural. So what I would actually recommend doing here is, instead of deleting all this, you might want to delete just a piece of it, but instead, let's just fade out the whole thing. So we'll select from where I'm just about done saying 10 to the end. We'll choose effects, amplitude, amplifier, fade, and we'll choose the fade out preset. Say OK. And now we can listen back. And you still hear it a little bit, but it's a lot more subtle. So let's listen to what the end sounds like.
9, 10.
Alright, so that still might be too much. So we can actually undo, get it back to what it was before, and let's just go ahead and delete this piece. And then we can go do the fade out from there. Effects, amplitude, amplifier, fade, fade out, OK. And then we'll listen. There, and it's almost gone.
10.
Okay, and again, you want to save your file by doing File, Save, or Control S for save. And we'll do some more editing in the next section.